If you watch the news, seemingly Democrats and Republicans disagree on almost everything these days. And to be honest, federalism is really not all that different. It's also something that parties disagree over. This is something that historically the states and the national government have sort of like fought against each other throughout our country's history to determine which group, the states or the national government, should have more power. It's one of the main reasons the Civil War was fought. But the political parties themselves sort of differ on who should win that battle between the states and the national government. Okay, so this is how the parties differ. Typically, liberals, um, uh, political philosophy that we normally associate with Democrats, they typically favor a more involved and stronger national government to deal with the nation's issues. The best example I can show you of a Democratic president that thought this way was President Franklin Roosevelt, who basically used the power of the national government to try and deal with like the Great Depression. It was really like the federal government's responsibility in his eyes to sort of pull the country and individuals out of like this financial despair. On the flip side, if you look at a conservative president, president on the right is Ronald Reagan, who was president from 1980 to 1988. It's a little bit more modern. He's a conservative president. Conservatives we typically associate with the Republican Party, and they generally favor a less involved national government, and they'd rather have state and local authorities make a majority of the decisions. And this is one of the things that Reagan tried to accomplish when he was president, along with Congress. They tried to return power back to the state governments. So this is generally how the parties differ in sort of how they weigh in on the balance of power between the national government and the states.